सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So in the previous class we saw verse number 5, which is Mukhabhasako darpane drishyamano मुखत्वात् पृथक्त्वेन नैवास्ति वस्तु चिदाभासको दीषु जीवोपि तद्वत् स नित्योपलब्धि स्वरूपोऽहम् आत्मा. It means, so just as the face, the image of the face is reflected in the mirror, the same way the image doesn't have independent existence outside of the mirror. So for the image to be present, there has to be a manifesting medium called a mirror. So one cannot see oneself, the physical form of one's own physical body, just by one's own self. You need another manifesting medium, another reflecting medium called a mirror for us to see ourselves, how we look like. So the image itself is asatyam, because the image itself is depending upon the mirror. So the mirror is not there, the image also is not there, correct? But the person or the real person, the knower, it is you, is always there. Whether there is a mirror or there is no mirror, there is reflection or no reflection, correct? So whether there is reflection or no reflection, mirror existing or no mirror, you are there as always Satyam. The same way what he says here also is, just as consciousness or Atma is reflecting itself through the manifesting medium called a body maintenance complex. That means this body maintenance complex which we have, including the Pancha Prana, the Pancha Karma Indriyas, Pancha Jnana Indriyas, Manaha, Buddhi, Chit, Ahankara, all of the 19 different aspects are being used by the consciousness to reflect itself. So what you see or what we see is only an image of the original consciousness. But what we take for granted is this real image, or this image is being taken as real. So the physical body is taken as real, the mind is taken for real, the Pancha Karma Indriyas, Jnana Indriyas, Pranaha, all of them are taken as real, and we continue to transact in this world using this. Whereas what the Shastram says, that in reality this manifesting medium called the physical body maintenance complex, if it is not there, consciousness will continue to exist independently without the manifesting medium, correct? So far you with me? Consciousness will continue to exist independently without the manifesting medium. It does not need a manifesting medium to reflect itself, but it reflects itself. That is why we are able to know that there is consciousness. If it doesn't manifest itself, then consciousness is called unmanifest consciousness. Right? So just as when the physical body dies, let us say that the physical body dies. What is the physical body? Physical body is made of what? Is all this layers of personality, correct? Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, Karana Shariram. All the three Sharirams are there, and Pancha Kosham is there. So the physical body is a reflection of the consciousness, and the reflection goes away. Does it mean that the original consciousness also goes away? Hope you understand, right? What I'm trying to do is something subtle. So there is a message in between the lines. When the physical body...
Can I interrupt?
Huh?
Can I interrupt? Sir, it is conscious and Atma is the same thing or separate?
Same. Consciousness, Atma, they are same word. There's no difference. Consciousness, awareness, Atma, Sakshi, Chaitanyam, all these are different words expressing only one reality. Reality is only one, appearing in many, many different words. Okay? So, so the consciousness which is there, that is the truth. So you cannot go beyond consciousness. You cannot go say, is there anything beyond consciousness? No. Just like when you say that sun is only one. Is there anything beyond the sun? No. Sun is Satyam. Sun is only one shining light. The sun does not have another light to say that you are the sun. Correct? Sun itself is Swayam Prakashaha. It does not need to be told that it has to shine, because shining is the Swabhavam of the sun. So the sun is not doing an action called shining. Sun is Sarupam is shining, correct? Same way, Atma also does not do an action called illumination, illumining. Its nature is to illumine. Nature is to reflect. And what does it do? It uses the reflecting medium available to present itself in different forms. So Atma is present in the cat, in cat form. Atma is present in the grass, in grass form. It is present in flower form. Trees, birds, mountains, rivers, man, woman, child, old man, young man, table. Anything you say, anything movable, immovable objects, it represents itself as the known object. If the object is not there, it does not mean consciousness is not there. Consciousness continues to exist. Atma is always there, irrespective of the medium being there or not. So, when we pass away, when death occurs, what really happens? Is death happening for the Atma or for the physical body? What is the answer? You can
Physical
body.
Body.
Physical body.
Physical body.
Correct. So the physical body is what I just use. Can you give me an example of the word I gave you, the mirror and the reflection? What is the physical body?
Reflection.
Correct. So reflection goes away because the reflecting medium, the physical body, is not there. So mirror is not there, therefore reflection is not there. Correct. Physical body maintenance complex is not there, thereby Jiva is not there. The Jiva is not there. Correct. So Jiva is what? If you say Sridhar is watching himself on the mirror, you will say that I am that. Correct? There is another Sridhar there. Just as the lion itself saw its own image in the well. And it thought that there was another lion shouting at it. Hope you know the story, right? The lion and the fox. So that is how we mistake ourselves. By assuming that the physical body is the one truth, is Satyam, we continue to be living in this Asatyam world. Taking the image to be Satyam is what is Ajnana. Right? If you take the image as Satyam and continue to transact the business, transact everything, what it means, image is going to go one day. Mirror will break one day. Correct? Mirror will get tainted one day. Physical body will go one day, physical body will become old one day. Therefore, the reflecting capacity will not be there. The body will go one day. So what happens? Image is gone, reflecting medium is gone. But the original consciousness is there or not, you are there or not, you are continue to exist as the Atma. Irrespective of whether you have passed away or not, it doesn't matter. You are always there, even in death. Even you are not born, you are always there, always there. You will never get older. Hope you got the idea, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is something very subtle. So that's why this example, I'm just expanding it to see the fear of death coming there. Because what the fundamental question people ask, face, etc., I understand, but my face is also part of the physical body, right? Yes, face also is one of the aspects of the physical body. Face is one of the reflecting medium, just as Shrotram also is one of the reflecting medium. Shrotra means what? Power of hearing. Chakshuhu, power of seeing, right? Tvak, power of speech, right? Sorry, Vak is power of speech, Tvak, touch. So all these things are there as what the availability of the manifesting medium for the consciousness to reflect. But these things, if it's not there, it does not mean consciousness is not there. So you're just the same example you should use. Reflected image is presented through the mirror. So mirror represents the physical body maintenance complex. Atma is you, correct? You, the knower, is you are seeing yourself through the mirror, and then the image is seen. So the image is now taken as Jiva. Okay, you got it? So you get the name called Jiva. I am a mortal. I am so and so. And with this limited view, with this limited amount of information, you continue to transact in the world. You accumulate punyam and papam. Now, is it a folly of the mirror or is it a folly of the consciousness? Consciousness does not do anything. He says, I don't have anything to do with you. If you take the image to be Satyam, if you take the mirror to be Satyam, the mirror will not be there one day. Correct? So mirror is not there means what? Where is Jiva? Jiva is also not there. So where was Jiva? Jiva was present as an image. Hope you know what is Jiva, right? Jiva means the individual reflected as the body maintenance complex is Ahankara. It's called Jiva. I am, say it is Jiva, Ahankara. Whereas I plus am is I am. Am is what? Ahankara, correct? If you just say I, it has to be substituted with I am walking, I am talking, I am listening. So who does am do? Am is actually a karta, correct? Am actually adds a qualification or superimposition to the absolute I called consciousness, and it takes the ownership as the I am. Then the transactions are being done by this person. That's what it says here. Mukha bhasako dharpane drishyamano. So the image of the face reflected in the mirror has no real existence. Correct? Na naivasti vastu means there is really no existence for the image. Apart from the face, so face is original, face continues to exist irrespective of the manifesting medium. Chidabhasako dishu jivaha api tadvat. Correct? Just as the jiva, the individual self, also is a reflection of consciousness. Jiva also is a reflection of consciousness in the thoughts or the intellect. So in the intellect, you think that I am a jiva. I am so and so. My name is so and so. I'm living in this place. I am this gotram, this kulam, this jati, this tradition, this position. All these things come from where? The intellect. Right? The buddhi assumes this particular title, status called jiva, and with that it continues to transact in the world, and then it does the activities. So the karma, the punyam and papam belongs to whom? The intellect, correct? The punyam and papam belongs to the jiva, not to the atma, because the atma says that I am actually not doing anything at all. Just as the wave and the water example I gave you, water is what is just water, correct? The wave continues to rise and fall in the water only. So the wave thinks that I am a wave. I am distinct from the water. What does the water have to do? It doesn't say anything. It just says, okay. So if you assume that you are the wave, you are the wave. So what will you do? You will continuously do activities. It will go to different countries. It will go to different beaches. It will play. It will dive. It will become foam. It will become tsunami. It will become still. There will be nothing will be there. Again, it will again rise. Again, it will fall. Does the water get affected by anything? It doesn't get affected because all the activities are being done on the surface of the water only. Correct. Same way, our thoughts are also going around, etc. in presence of the mind only. The Sakshi is still there. It's like a film going across. So the Sakshi is watching. Oh, so this is all this movie going across. The TV screen doesn't move. The images keep going in the TV screen. The TV screen doesn't get affected by the quality of the image, nor the movie shown, nor the result happening in the TV, correct? Same example here. Okay. So, Sanitya Upalabdhi Sarupa Atma. So, the next one also the same thing I already explained to you. The same example already given you with the vision for this. You can look at this. Yatha dharpana bhava abhasahano. Yatha dharpana bhava abhasahano. Mukham vidyate kalpanahinamekam. Mukham vidyate kalpanahinamekam. Thatha divi yoge nira bhasako yaha sanityopalabdhi sarupo hamatma. Ahamatma, ahamatma. So yatha, just as dharpana abhava. So dharpana means what? Mirror. Okay. Dharpana means mirror. And abhava means what? Removed. So just as when the mirror is removed, abhasaha now. So abhasaha now means what? The image disappears. The image disappears. How? Ekam kalpanahidam mukham vidyate. See the second word, the second line, the last word. Kalpanahidam ekam mukham vidyate. So mukham means what? Face. Vidyate means what? Remains. Right? How it is? Kalpana hinam ekam, without reflection. Kalpana means what? Reflection. Okay. So hinam means without. Ekam means what? One. So the face remains as one. The reflection is no longer there. Therefore, the face, reflected face also is not there. Correct? So kalpana hinam ekam mukham vidyate. Thatha, just like that. Dhi viyoge. So dhi means what? Intellect. Dhihi. Bhargo devasya dhimahi. Means dhi means intellect. Mahi. Ki means intellect. So dhi. So dhi means intellect, and viyogaha means what? Disconnected or disassociated from the intellect. So when the intellect buddhi gets itself disassociated, then no reflection is possible, correct? Supposing in deep sleep state, is there a buddhi there? No buddhi is there, correct? See, if Atma was Satyam, then assuming the thoughts are Satyam, supposing a buddhi is Satyam, intellect, then intellect also has to function in deep sleep state also, correct? You should be able to discern what is true, what is not true. But it is not possible because you yourself don't know who you are. So the mind which reflects intellect also is not there. Right? Whereas in the waking state, the mind is there. Right now, somebody asks you who you are, you can tell very clearly who you are. Correct? You can give hundreds of definitions, hundreds of examples. You can keep talking for hours and hours about explaining about yourself, your achievements. In dream state also, you can talk about your own self only to yourself. It can be the same thing, it can be different thing, it can be something which you wanted to be or something which you like to be. All the things can be possible, correct? Again, it is all about the intellect. See, the mind is working. Physical body is not working, correct? In deep sleep state, what happens to the thoughts? No thoughts. Because there are no vrittis, no thoughts are coming, because the mind which reflects the thought itself is not able to function. The mind itself is resolved. So when the mind is resolved, no further transaction is possible. What we are getting, right? The mind is resolved, no further transaction is possible. Buddhi does not work. Buddhi does not work, therefore you do not know right and wrong. You do not know what is this, what is that, who are you, who other people do not know. So ignorantly you are asleep. So can we conclude the Atma is not there? Atma is there. But Atma is there without knowing, without manifesting itself through the intellect. Same thing says here. Tata diviyoge yaha nirabhasakaha. That means without reflection, it remains alone. Correct? So this Atma, without reflection, it remains alone. So it does not need any company. Atma can, because Atma doesn't have any enjoyership. It doesn't have anything called sukham, dukkham. It doesn't like, cold or heat, doesn't feel anything because it is nir-avayavaha. It doesn't have any limbs. It doesn't have any attributes. Whereas when the same Atma gets connected, reflected through the body maintenance complex, it gets a term called as reflected consciousness or manifested consciousness. So manifested consciousness is the one which is seen and is enjoyer of this universe. But original consciousness continues to exist and is not the enjoyer, doesn't get affected by anything. That's what it says here. Yaha nirabhasakaha saha nitya upalabdhi sarupoham atma. Is it clear? Shankar Mama, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Next one will go. Manaschakshuraadher viyukta swayam yo. Manaschakshuraadher viyukta swayam yo. Manaschakshuraadher manaschakshuradihi. Manaschakshuraadher viyukta swayam yo. Manaschakshuraadher manaschakshuradihi. Manaschakshuraadheragamya swarupaha. Manaschakshuraadheragamya swarupaha. Sanityopalabdhi swarupohamatma. Manaschakshuraadher viyukta swayam yo. Manaschakshuraadhe manaschakshuradihi. Manaschakshuraadheragamya swarupaha. Sanityopalabdhi swarupohamatma. Ahamatma, ahamatma. So, yaha swayam. So, swayam yo. See the word swayam yo in the first line. So, yaha swayam means that which itself, that by which itself is. What is that? Manaha chakshuhu adihi viyuktaha. So manaha means the mind, chakshuhu means the eyes, and adi means what, etc. So manas, mind, eyes is being seen. Etc. means you should add etc. All the etc. What power of seeing, power of touch, power of smell, power of taste, all these things should add. Adi, right? Pranaha also. All of them are etc. They are all viyuktaha, means they are different. So swayam means what? Self. So that the Atma, which is there, is by itself. And it is distinct. Viyuktaha is different from the mind, from the chakshuhu, eyes, adihi, etc. Okay. So it is different, but not very far. It is distinct, but not distance. Distinct, but not distant. Just as, if I point my hand to you, the hand which you see, how far is it from the light? It's not very far, right? The hand is actually very much present in the light. But if I take out the hand, correct? Or if I take out the camera, you will not see my hand, correct? But my hand, does it mean is not existing? My hand is existing. The moment I turn the camera on, you will again see my hand there. Correct? So this is different from everything else. So Atma is different from everything else. It's called reflection. So Manam is a reflection. I is a reflection, right? So what is mind? A medium for reflection. I is medium for reflection, because to the eyes only you see, to the mind only you comprehend what it is. Ears, you listen. Taste, you are able to taste it, correct? Smell, you can actually, so Grana Shakti. So all of them you are able to, because they are all only instrument of action, and they are the upadhi for the manifestation of the consciousness. But it is different from all these things. So Swayam Yaha, Manaha, Chakshuhu, Adihi, Viyuktaha means different or distinct from everything else. Then Manaha, Manascha, Chakshuhu, Adehe. So what it means, what? It is called mind of the mind. So Manaha means what? This Atma is called mind of the mind, eye of the eye, ear of the ear, touch of the touch, taste of the taste. Means what? The power of taste itself is depending upon the presence of the consciousness. Without the consciousness being there, the power of taste also will not be there. Because the mind is the one which actually gives the control to the power of tasting. The mind tells ice cream, right? So what does it do? The moment you put the ice cream in the mouth, the mind, the senses is what the jihva, the tongue says, it is very sweet. So what does it do? It goes and tells the mind, immediately the transformation goes there. Mind, what does it do? Yes, it is sweet. Information comes there, correct? Supposing the mind is not there. If you give an ice cream to the person, what will happen? He will not do anything. He will not know ice cream or not. Like a person in a coma, you give him anything. You give him pal paisam, what he will do? He will not do anything. That's why, you can say anything to the person in coma, you will not do anything, because the transaction, the reasoning capacity is not there in the person. So very much the mind is connected to all these different facets of manifestation, correct? And through that only, when you look at the flower, you can say, yes, it is a flower. Then you see it is a rose flower. Then you see it's a red color flower. Then you'll say it has got this particular type. It is a climbing flower, or it is a ground flower. All these are how it is possible, because the eye actually being one, ekam, reflects itself as many. Does the eye multiply itself as 10 to see 10 different things? Yes or no? Does the eye reflects itself as 10 different things or become 10 eyes to see 10 different things? If I tell you pencil, pen, how many objects you see? 2. Okay. How many you see now? How many eyes you got? Don't tell 3 eyes. So your 3 objects are there, okay? And you got 1 eye seeing 3 things. Now, if we assume there are three eyes, whose problem it is? Your own eye is a problem, right? You have to go to the doctor to check your eyesight, correct? So if a doctor tells you how many objects are there, you say 3. The doctor asks you how many eyes you got. He says, I've got 2 eyes. He says, with 2 eyes, can you see 3? He said, yes, I can see 2 eyes, 3. Then he says, okay, I'll add 1 more object. I'll have 4. So you say, how many eyes you got? 4. How many eyes you got? You should have got 2, right? You do not say 4 eyes. So what it means is that the eyes remaining 1 is capable of seeing multiple objects without multiplying itself. So Atma also being 1 is able to reflect itself through the mind of all of the mind of the mind. Hope you're getting right. Atma does not become many. You cannot just either Atma is from Shankar Mama's Atma, my Atma, or Shrikant's Atma, or somebody else who is not present also is in the Atma. Atma is only 1. It is present whether the person is in the class or not in the class. Is it clear? That's why it's called mind of the mind, eye of the eye, ear of the ear. So you see that what? Manas Chakshur Adi, Manas Chakshuradi. So mind of the mind. If there was a mind there, then it is actually really the power of the mind itself is the mind. I mean, it is the one which illumines the mind. So if you say there's a power of seeing, then the power of seeing itself is illumined by the mind again. Therefore, the mind again is illumined by this consciousness. So therefore, all the functions which you see, which you operate, cannot be done without the consciousness being blessed, being present. Consciousness, the Atma blesses or sends the blessings, lends its existence to the mind through which everything is manifest. If you are hearing Sasanam from here. Somebody is playing Bollywood music, you are also hearing. Correct? Some dog is barking, you are hearing. Your wife is shouting, please go out and dry the clothes, that also you are here. How many years? You got only 1 year. Correct? 1 year, you have the capacity to listen to many different sounds. So does the power of hearing multiplies itself by 4 times? No. The power of hearing itself has the capacity to listen to many sounds, being 1. Hope you're getting right the message I'm trying to tell you. This is subtle teaching I'm teaching you, because now you're all getting into that area of understanding what consciousness is, what Atma is, what body is, what mind is not. All these things are being clarified. So that's why this particular text is a very serious text. So there's a lot of serious Vishayam information is given here. So Manas Chakshuradi, it means what? Mind of the mind, eye of the eye, and Manas Chakshuradir Agamya Sarupaha. Manas Chakshu Ade Agamya means what? Inaccessible. So the consciousness is inaccessible to the mind. So the mind cannot go and inquire the consciousness. Okay. So it is not possible for the mind or the eyes to know what consciousness is, because it is not an object of knowledge. Any object of knowledge you can know, correct? But if I say that this Atma is not an object of knowledge, that means it is not to be known, cannot be known, then the mind also cannot reach there. The mind also cannot go there. Example I'll give you. Can the eye see the eye itself? Can the eye tell itself that I am the eye? What it needs? It needs a mirror. Through the mirror, it can tell that, yes, I am the eye. I can see my eyes. I can tell your eye because I am the reflecting medium for your eye. I can tell your eye is like this. You can tell my eyes like this. But can I tell myself my eyes like this? Nobody will, because you don't know, you cannot look inside. You cannot. Can I tell that I can see my mind? Can you see your mind? You cannot see your mind. You only know the thoughts are coming there, correct? Do you know why it is coming? You do not know. Do you know how long it will last? You do not know. Do you know when next thought will come? You do not know, correct? All these things are not known because it is inaccessible to this particular thing called Atma. That's why it says here what? Manas chakshuradir agamya means inaccessible. Swarupaha means what? Swarupa means this Atma is of the nature of self-swarupam, which cannot be accessed by the mind, nor by the eye, nor by the ear. If it was true, then there will be two things. Mind will be parallel reality. Mind also will be existing along with the Atma. And the whole study of Vedanta will be useless. Correct. If we say mind is Satyam, mind is always present. See, without mind, how can I negate mind? Mind has to be there. I take the mind as Satyam. Then if you take Satyam also, then the mind has to be there 24/7 all the time, 360 days a year. Can anybody say that the mind is active 24/7? Yes or no? Shrikant, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is the answer yes, 24/7 available the mind for recognition or not?
No, in deep sleep state, it is not available.
No, the question is 24/7.
But mind is no, sir. No.
Okay. Read the question very clearly. So, is the mind available 24/7, 365 days a year, all the time available for recognition? No. Correct? Your answer should be no. Correct?
Yes, sir. No,
Yes or no?
it's no.
Shankar Mama, what do you say? Okay. So what it means is that the mind itself being of the nature of inert jadapurul, jadaha. It doesn't have, it's of inert nature. It doesn't have a capacity to illumine by itself. So it needs a illumining power called the Atma for it to illumine. Therefore, it is said what? How can a jadapurul illuminate something which is the power of illumination? Example, go back to pen. Can the pen illumine the light? Can this pen be seen in light or without light?
In light.
In light. Can the pen be seen without light?
No,
Okay. So what happens to the pen?
it is there.
Pen is there. But Not
not visible.
Not accessible to the mind.
correct. So the pen cannot tell the light to switch on. Correct. The pen can never reach the light because the light has to be present for the pen to come into existence. Okay, getting the point, right? The pen has to come into existence only in the presence of the light. So which is Satyam? Is pen Satyam or light Satyam? Light is Satyam. Correct? Don't worry if your answer is wrong. Don't worry about it. Sometimes I get into this the habit of asking questions or just to understand, so you understand or not. Correct. That is why you need to be on video and camera, because I can see your expression. Otherwise, if you're on phone, I would not know.
Sir, here we are comparing the light to the mind, and the pen is to the this thing conscious,
Pen
not
is
the
a
other
mind.
way.
Pen is a mind. Okay. So the mind, see the pen, which is important? The pen comes into light, into existence, which is important for the pen to be known. What brings the pen into existence? Light or light is right. In the presence of light only can you see this, can you see the pen, right?
Yeah.
If the light is not there, the pen itself is not available for recognition, correct? But it is there. But the pen cannot do anything on its own. The pen cannot illuminate itself. It cannot call itself a pen because the pen is a jadapur. It doesn't have an intelligence. The mind also is called jadam, intellect, inert, correct? The mind does not have the power to illuminate itself. So it needs an external power, a power called the Atma, for it to be illuminating. The mind has to be illuminated by Atma. Therefore, the mind says now, yes, I got this now light, borrowed light from the Atma, and in the wake of borrowed light, the pen comes into existence. So the mind can recognize, yes, this is a pen, this is a stapler, this is a pencil, this is man, this is woman, etc. You got it? Are you able to understand? The
Yeah.
question is,
Sir, can you explain it once again?
okay. Imagine that you are going to a market. You are seeing a cow in the market. Correct? You are telling that it is a cow. Correct? Can the cow tell that you are Shankar Mama?
No.
Okay.
No, no.
Supposing, see, what it means is, Shankar, is basically the object which is there needs something called illuminating capacity. Correct? If the pen is actually in what? In light, correct? Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, where is the pen? Pen is not
No,
there. Not there means it is not available for recognition. Pen is there, but the thing is, like the pen actually, when the pen cannot say to the light that you please illuminate, because pen doesn't have the capacity to say anything to anything. The light itself is there, always present, correct? In the wake of the light, the objects come into existence. Objects come, objects go. Object comes, object go. What happened to the light? Light comes and goes. Does the light come and go or light remains same?
Light remains the same.
Okay. See, so you're okay, Shankar Mama? You're able to follow now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Light remains same. Object goes. Another object comes. Another object goes. Two objects come. Two object goes. So you as the Atma, are you there always or not?
Yes.
Mind illumines, mind does not illumine. Mind illumines, mind does not illumine. Are you there as Atma? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Can you see now? So the mind has to always be present in consciousness. Mind has to reflect in consciousness only. Without the consciousness being there, this object cannot even illumine. Assuming this is the mind, assuming that this illumines what? In light. The light is not there. It doesn't have the capacity to be telling it's a pen. It cannot say that I'm a pen. So always Atma. That's what it says here. What? Manas chakshuhu. Manaha means mind. Chakshuhu means what? Eyes.
Eyes,
Adehe means what?
others, etc.
Etc. Adehe, etc. Okay, etc. Agamya means what? Inaccessible. So the mind, eyes, etc. cannot access this consciousness because it cannot touch the consciousness. Because it is non-separate. It cannot touch anything. So it is not affected by anything. So agamya swarupaha, correct? So therefore, saha nitya upalabdhi. So see, nitya upalabdhi means what? Always available. So nitya means always, upalabdhi means available. Can we say the mind is always nitya upalabdhi?
No.
Okay. So what does it mean? That means mind is not nitya upalabdhi. It is sometimes upalabdhi, sometimes available. Correct? Anitya upalabdhi you can say. So can something which is not shashvatam, can it be taken as satyam? Cannot. Can the body maintenance complex, which is of the nature of anitya upalabdhi, can be taken as satyam? Cannot be.
No.
Okay. So what is satyam? Atma, consciousness, satyam. You are able to follow now? This is why understanding Vedanta, see, I'm not teaching anything new. All I'm teaching is just giving you the vision to discern the difference between what you see and what you should see. What I am seeing is something different, correct? Because I am seeing through the power of the mind, and the power of the mind is actually asatyam. It is all showing me anitya vastu viveka, all anityam, correct? The people, the world, the relationship, everything. Bhajagovindam we saw. I told you Bhajagovindam, we saw how it is. Srikanth was very scared about Bhajagovindam. I can still understand. Because it tells you the truth. It tells you this is what you, my friend, this is what you are dealing in, this is what you are dealing on. Bhajagovindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Say, hey, Mudamataha, deluded person, understand what Bhagavan is. Understand what knowledge is. Don't waste time in all these things. Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Dukrin karane is what? There's a grammar, a sentence. Dukrin karane, dukrin karane, dukrin karane. So somebody manapada mandarpa. Because when you are very old and you are by-hearting all these things without knowing why you are by-hearting. Somebody comes and asks, hey, why are you by-hearting all these things? I don't know. I would like, do you know how much time you have left? I don't know, maybe 5 years left, 6 years left. So do you know why you have come into existence here? What is the purpose of existence? I don't know. So why are you wasting your time? This is what Bhajagovindam tells. It gives you straight away injection. These people, what they do, they tell, oh, you are the Atma, you are the consciousness, etc. So, but both are important because that version gives you direct vaccine for COVID-19. This protects you, all putting the mask, etc. It gives you social distancing, you be this, you do all these things. So effectively, it's social distancing. Okay. So, Manaschakshurade agamya sarupaha sa nitya upalabdhi sarupoham atma. Manaschakshurader viyukta swayam yo. Manaschakshurader manaschakshuradihi. Manaschakshurader agamya swarupaha sa nitya upalabdhi swarupoham atma. Ahamatma, Ahamatma. So why Ahamatma is important? I am the Atma, I am the Atma, I am available as Nityam, Upalabdhihi. I am not this, I am not Manaha, I am not Chakshuku, I am not Indriya. Correct? I am different from all of them. This is what is to be remembered. Correct? Able to follow? We'll do one more. स एको विभाति स्वतः शुद्ध चेताः स एको विभाति स्वतः शुद्ध चेताः प्रकाश स्वरूपोपि नानेव दिषु प्रकाश स्वरूपोपि नानेव दिषु शारावोदकस्तोत्यथा भानुरेकः शरावोदकस्तो यथा भानुरेकः स नित्योपलब्धिस्वरूपोऽहमात्मा य एको विभाति स्वतः शुद्धचेताः प्रकाशस्वरूपोऽपि नानेव दिषुः शरावोदकस्तो यथा भानुरेकः स नित्योपलब्धिस्वरूपोऽहमात्मा अहमात्मा अहमात्मा. So yaha, this eko vibhati. Ekam means what? One. Vibhati means what? Shines. Correct? So vibhati means that one which is shining. Eko vibhati. Swataha means what? Self. Swataha means what? Self. You know that, right? Swatam. Swataha means self. By one's own self it is shining. And it's of the nature of Shuddhaha Chetaha. So Shuddha means what? Pure. And Chet means consciousness. So this pure consciousness is of the nature of pure, Shuddham, and which is of the nature of Ekam, only one. They cannot be called two Atmas. You cannot say that Atma and Shrikant is different from Atma of mind. Atma is only one, reflection is many. Hope you know that, right? Or this one you should know. Reflection is many, Atma is only one. So, eko yah ekaha vibhati swata shuddha chetaha. Then prakashaha swarupo api naneva dishuhu. Right. But it appears to be different. Prakasha swarupaha naneva dishu. That means in intellect or the mind of the person, it appears a different. One Atma, it appears as different Atmas. In what? In the mind of the person. Hope you're getting, right? Consciousness is only one. It appears through the manifestation of the mind. So your mind is different to my mind, correct? Your mind is different to my mind. All of the minds are independent, correct? They are all different minds, different thoughts, different level of understanding is there. Is it correct? But Atma is only one. Shrikant, you are able to follow? Yes, you know, sometimes you stare, I don't know. So Atma being one.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, you and your Atma and my Atma and Shrikant's Atma are all the same.
Yes. There is only one Atma. One Atma multiplying itself as many through the mind. So that's why he says what? Ekaha vibhati. Means there's only one which is shining. And how it is? Swataha, by itself. It does not need another thing to shine. Correct. It doesn't need another thing to shine. And it is of the nature Shuddham. Shuddha means what? Pure. Why pure said? Because the consciousness, when it reflects through the mind, it gets polluted. Correct? It is called what? Reflected consciousness or manifested consciousness. Correct? The manifestation of the consciousness can be different. The mind through which it illumines, the mind can be corrupt mind, plotting mind, sattvic mind, tamasic mind, rajasic mind. All is possible. Is it right? So the mind can be varied, but the source of this is only one. Just as if you have different bulbs, color bulbs in your house, you have one tube light, one spotlight, one table lamp. They are all what they are different, and they do different things. They bring different colors. They illuminate different things. Correct? Spotlight, downlight illuminates only one portion of the light. Tube light illumines all of the light there. Light capacity will not be very strong. It will be not that strong. Spotlights will give you more power. But electricity, does it multiply itself by 4 times? Yes or no? Electricity is only one, but appears in different objects as different things. Clay, களிமண். Clay is only one material, right? Clay. If you go to the beach or somewhere there, or if you go to a Kuyavan, what does he say? Give me a bunch of clay. He gives you a bunch of clay, a big lump of clay. In that clay, what do you see? You do not see anything at all because it's just one bunch of clay. But from the bunch of clay, somebody tells you can make a player. So what is it now? The clay has become flare. Okay. Now, does the clay continue to exist in the player or not? Correct. So the clay continues to exist in the player irrespective of this form. Correct. Now, when the clay is gone, the player is actually gone, and again it becomes clay form. So the clay was existing before. Clay got manifested into player. Clay again got gone back to original form. So where was the clay? Clay was always there. Right or wrong? Clay was always there. Only the form kept changing. So Atma was always there. Atma is always there, but the forms keep changing. Is it clear? So this is what is example you understand. Okay. So he gives example. You don't have to worry about it. Our author is very systematic. So prakashaha sarupa api naneva dishu. Di means what? Intellect. So in the buddhi of the different people, different things come into existence, and the same consciousness ekam is reflected in different minds as different consciousness. And that is taken as satyam, which is not correct. Because consciousness being one, it gets multiplied by different number of manifesting medium. If you have one face and I have 10 mirrors in my hall, supposing you're standing in the middle of the house and you've got mirrors everywhere, how many images you see? Depending upon the number of mirrors in your house. Are there 100 mirrors, 100 images of you? Yes. But are you 100 or you're only one? You are only one, but the manifesting medium, the glass is 100. Correct. So what do? You see yourself as 100 times. So Atma is only one. 100 different people are there. Correct? So instead of the glass, the mind is a manifesting medium. Dishu. See the word dishu? Naneva dishu. Means nana vidham, means many times. Aneva means what? Many times. Nanavidham. Different types. Dishuhu. Prakashaha Sarupo Api. So it is shining in the minds of different people as different consciousness. But author says what? Yaha Eka Vibhati Swata Shuddha Chetaha. So his consciousness is only one, but it appears as many. Correct? Then, example. Kshara Vodakasto Yatha Bhanu Rekaha. So, Sharavaha Mad. So, Yatha Sharava Udakasta Ekaha Bhanuhu. So, you have to break like this. Yata Sharava Udakasta Ekaha Bhanuhu. What is Udakam? Water. Udaka Shanti, you know, right? So Udakam means what? Water. Correct? And Sharava means what? Sun. So Sharava Udakasta. So there are got Sharava means pots, pots. So you got pots. Okay. 1,000 pots are kept in the open ground and they're filled with water. Udakastam. Okay. Example. 1,000 pots are kept in an open ground in a Maidan and they're filled with water. And the pots are kept close to each other. 1,000 pots are there. Ekaha Bhanuhu. What is Bhanu? Sun. Correct. Bhanu means sun. So Ekaha. One sun is present. 1,000 pots are present. Sharavaha. Udakastam. Water. So there are 1,000 pots with water filled up to the brim is one sun. One sun is seen as 1,000 sun in the pot. One sun is reflected in the water as 1,000 suns. So every pot you look at, you see the sun reflection there. Can you conclude there are 1,000 suns? What is the answer? Ekam. One sun appearing as 1,000 suns in different pots filled with water. Tatha Eko Vibhati Swata Shuddha Chetaha Prakasha Sarupo Api Naneva Dishuhu. You got it? Just as 1,000 suns which are not the truth, which are appearing due to the manifestation of the pots. The pots are there. The pot along with the water filled to the brim is the one which is reflecting or giving image of 1,000 suns. But there's only one single sun. So Eka Bhanuhu Shara Udagastaha. In different pots, it is appearing as many different suns. So are there 1,000 suns or one sun? One sun. One single Suryaha Bhanuhu appearing as 1,000 different reflections due to the availability of the manifesting medium. If I take 500 pots out of that, only 500 will be there. What happened to the remaining 500? Because there is a manifestation medium. The sun is not available there. All the jivas are not there. What will happen? Jivas are not there. We are not there. What happens? The sun disappears. We disappear because the manifesting medium is not there. But the sun continues to exist irrespective of the pot being there or not. Is it correct or not? The sun continues to exist irrespective of the water being there or not, pot being there or not. Sun is always present. Saha Nityopalabdhi Sarupoham Atma. Got it? Difficult to understand or easy to understand?
If you think about it, it's not very easy. I mean, difficult. But then when we are alone, when we start contemplating, that's when the problem starts.
That is why it is not enough to come to the class once a while. You have to come. You have to keep studying for a lengthy period of time
Yeah.
for the mind to
True.
recover. Your mind always has to be thinking like this. Correct. Just imagine that you are used to a particular lifestyle, correct? And you have been doing so many 35, 40 years. You've been doing this. You do not need a calendar. You do not need a reminder. You do not need any alarm. You don't need anything. It is instinctively, like example, Kumbakonam coffee you're having in the morning every day at 7 o'clock in the morning. So many years you've been having the same taste, nothing has changed. Correct? Now, it is something that is part of your habit. You do not need to be told that you had 7 o'clock or not. You already know where mechanically you go at 7 o'clock, have coffee. Particular taste, particular shop, particular content, sugar, cup, everything is fixed. Why? Because you have a routine, your habit of doing this. So for this also, you need to have a habit or routine. That is why I keep telling. Remember the first class I told you, how many people are going to be in the class? I can guarantee you there will be one person will be there. You watch in 6 months' time or 1 year time, there will be only one person in the class. We started with 8 people, 9 people. You remember that? You all know that, correct? How many of us are there now? Shankar Mama has come now because Srikanth is forcing him to attend. So Shankar Mama has come out of his own interest now.
I also felt it interesting. That's why I'm continuing.
Okay, which is very good, Mama. Actually, at your age, is very good that you're attending. What I'm trying to say is, this is a very tough thing. I mean, it's not difficult. So I'm not discouraging you. The subject matter itself is very complicated. And the subject matter requires a lot of attention, lot of understanding. One has to be very, very attentive. And one has to do a lot of homework. You have to keep, after the class is over, you cannot close the book and then say, Artha class is Pathikla. Next Tattvabodha class comes, next Hastamalakam comes. At that time, I'll open the book and teacher is there anyway, he will explain. So I'll just listen. That is not what it is. You have to do your own homework. You have to take up your own notes. You have to read your notes. You have to come with your own explanation, understanding what it is, write your own examples. This is part of your study. Unfortunately, we don't do that. When I was studying, I was doing all these things. Now I don't need to write anything because I don't need to write any notes because notes are already in my mind. So I just turn the pages. So something like that you should know. You don't need to know all the mantras, but you must know where the context is. Correct? So this comes by practice. This comes by habit. That is why in the practical, in the reality, in the world which you're living in, it is a very, very, attractive world. It is something very, very interesting and you cannot actually imagine not being part of this. So you are part of this, you are the world, definitely yes. At the same time, one has to understand whether this world is real or not. If you ask the question, is this world which is appearing, is it real? What is this world made of? Then you say the world is made of all the objects. Correct? All of them have got names, correct? Name. Any object in this world is what called a name, correct? It has got a form. It's got a function. Correct? So you can reduce any of them to a name, form, and function. Body, correct? So name of the person. So say my name or your name is a name. Correct? Form. So male, female, old person, young person, all these people are there, right? And it's a function. So what does it do? It does some action. Something is being done there. Tree, name. Form, it's form there. Function, it gives shade, it gives trees, it gives fruits, flowers, etc. So every object in the universe can be reduced to 3 things. Nama, karma, rupa, iti, jagat. Now, the question to ask is, are these objects, can they reflect independently of their own? Can the tree itself say, I'm a tree? Can the frog say, I'm a tree, I'm a frog? So who should say that? I should say that, right? So I have to say that you are a frog. Frog cannot tell me that you are a man. Can I say that? The frog doesn't have the capacity to tell that you are a man or not man. It doesn't know anything about it. It only knows that you are something. It is different. It knows that doesn't belong to that species. You are some different species. But human being is only one which can distinguish himself, distinguish others, and also other species. Why? Because human being has got intellect. The buddhi has been given there. And that is why we are able to see different things, understand different things. That's why it says here what? Naneva dishuhu. Prakasha swarupopi naneva dishuhu. Shara va udakasta ekaha banuhu. So in the same way, one sun appearing in multiple parts as different suns. So one must not conclude this universe as saying that, oh, there are 1,000 Atmas out there. There's only one sun appearing as 1,000 suns. One Atma appearing as 1,000 different Atmas because of the manifesting medium there. But only one is to be counted, not thousands. Got idea? Shankar Mama, is it clear now?
It is clear, but I cannot digest something because Atma is one, yours and mine, and everything is the one Atma, and the mind is the different thing. That's the thing.
Correct. That is correct, because you see, your mind is different from my mind, right? What is going on in your mind now? I can't tell. Correct?
Yes, correct.
You can't tell what is happening in your mind, correct?
Yeah.
So is it different or same? It's different, right?
Different.
But I'm saying that the thoughts which are appearing in your mind are both are actually appearing because you being there, I'm being there as one, correct? See, what I'm saying is the reflection which is there in your mind is different from the reflections happening in your mind. So reflections are different, but the source of the reflection is only one.
Oh.
You got it?
Yes.
The source of the reflection is only one. You'll get it over a period of time because the subject is just introduced. So you'll have to be, that's why you have to be attentive, you have to be studying systematically, regularly. You must not miss any class. I'm not saying not for me because I don't, see, personally, I do not get any benefit. I'm not going to get additional knowledge by doing any class or anything like this. You will benefit because you are in the learning stages. And as a student, when I was learning with my teacher, I was not missing any class.
Yes.
Systematically boring, it will be same thing, Atma, mind, etc. Same thing is said like this. Somebody asked me, is there anything else to learn? Because when you require a change, when you think that something else is required to be changed, then you want to experience something different. But Atma is not experiencer. Atma doesn't have any experience, correct? Every experience is the Atma. Atma is not the experience, not the experienced, but every experience and every experienced object is nothing other than the Atma. Which I'll talk to you later. You will come to know about this later. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. Shubhratri to all of you and Hari Om.
Namaste.
Namaste.